H-Town, what's up, baby? It's that time of the day. We finally made it back to the point that we've been waiting on with the opponent that I've been waiting on. I wanted a rematch, man. 2020, Texans down 31-51 by the Chiefs. We were up 24-0 in that game, man. Temperature check. I want to know how everybody feeling today, man. I want to know how everybody feeling, man. It's going down. It's bittersweet to be back in this moment. 3:30. I tapped in real quickly to go ahead and give my predictions and recap what happened last week and what's the build up this week, and just a quick little something to go over who hating on us, who talking about us, spit it in their face. We got a couple of people that said some things in national media, and you're gonna be held accountable for some of the things that you said. We're gonna see how real you are. It's gonna be funny, man, if Paul Pierce had to walk to work on Monday. It's gonna be crazy if Paul Pierce has to walk to work on Monday. Your boy Blastoff here, divisional round. We couldn't ask for a better situation. We couldn't ask for a better we couldn't ask for a better defense today than what we have had in the past. At this point we still couldn't have asked for a better defense than what we've experienced to, or what we're used to from the past. Hey, man, we got a giant to slay today, a dragon to slay today. That is the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. It's cold out there. I think the weather out there so far is like 2 degrees or whatever. Excuse me. Oh Lord, no, wait a minute. 15 degrees, 24 degrees now. It was 15 degrees this morning. It's 24 degrees now. But it's going down, man. Last week's win was thrilling, and that defense turned it on at the right time. And let's just hope that consistency remains. We have all these naysayers, from Stephen A. Smith to James Palmer to all of these guys, man, that are saying that we don't have a chance. I honestly think that if we're gonna win this game, we're gonna have to bring our best foot forward from CJ in the offense today. It ain't gonna just be the defense today. The defense is not gonna get us through without the offensive help. But if they both can come together and they both can merge, and if they both can merge, then we're talking. If we can get them both to play consistent, complementary football, special teams, offense, defense, coaching. If everybody in lockstep, we're gonna be able to pull this off. Let's all come together like a spirit bomb. Let's come together like a spirit bomb and put this together, man, because I couldn't ask for a better situation. Well, maybe we could if we would have had Diggs and Jalen and Jimmie Ward healthy and some of these other guys healthy. But one thing to put off starting off with is the inactives of today's game. It was rumors that Joe Mixon may not play, and he had an ankle issue, and everybody was worried about that. But it seems to me that I think Joe's gonna play today. I shout out to Big Sarge, man. Y'all follow Big Sarge on social media, man, on X and YouTube. Big Sarge Sports. He tweeted out that the inactive players today are just J.J. Taylor, linebacker Devin White, Jerry Hughes, Kendrick Green, the center guard Kendrick Green, Nick Broker, and Kurt Hinish. So other than that, all other hands on deck. All hands on deck. Mixon's in the game. Nico's in the game. Sounds like Robert Woods is in the game. He was questionable. And we're gonna have our best foot forward. And the thing that's different about this team, as opposed to 2020 when we were facing the Chiefs in the divisional round and we lost 31-51 is the difference of, this defense, man. And on top of that, uh, the Chiefs were uh, caught off guard that game. Let's hope they hadn't played in 3 weeks now. It's been like 20 something days. I think they've said that these guys haven't touched the field. And so the starters, I mean, and so maybe you can catch them lacking. Let's hope we can catch them lacking. It's a celebration. I know all the bars are gonna be lit. I plan on stepping out. I actually wanted to go out to KC with the traveling Texans, man. I wish I could have got one of those tickets, man. But of course, duty calls. We got to work and things of that nature. So I couldn't actually make it. But just going back to the game that's coming up here, man. Everybody's saying with Texans, first of all, are 8.5 point underdog. So, the whole world is counting us out. They counted us out last week. They shut us down. Stephen A. Smith, we watching you, bro. We gonna come back, fall back on you. He says he gives us zero chance. But one thing I know about Stephen A. man, he's wishy-washy, bro. He's wishy-washy. Stephen A. is one of those guys. He gonna ride the hot hand, and if the hot hand gets a little lukewarm, a little cold, he gonna switch sides. I heard him today, talking about Jayden Daniels, and all respect to Jayden Daniels because he's had a phenomenal year, and I believe that Jayden Daniels will win Rookie of the Year. I believe Jayden Daniels will win Rookie of the Year, but Stephen A. gave us zero chance. Nick Wright, he's a fanboy of the Chiefs. He used to be out here on Sports Radio 610. He forgot where he came from. He on national TV. He gets to show his true colors, man. He's giving us zero chance. Paul Pierce says that he works about 15 miles from his job on the sports talk show. Paul Pierce says that if they lose, if the Chiefs lose today, Paul Pierce is gonna walk home. Hope he watching that game from a treadmill, bro, because it's gonna be a long walk, bro. I believe. I BULLIEVE, believe. Let's all come together like a spirit bomb, like how they used to do with Goku, and the world would reach out and get, hey, Houston and fans, let's get them all the positive energy we need because we're going to need it. We're going to need this positive energy, man. Hey, if the Texans can get an early jump on them, I believe that we can turn this into a drag out battle. I don't believe that we're going to be able to go out there and just dominate. But if we do, hey, this defense is playing the way that we need them to play. I keep going back to the 2007 Giants. They entered the playoffs at like 9-7, and their defense just turned it up, and they were able to go all the way and win the whole thing through guys like Michael Strahan and Jason Pierre-Paul and those guys it's just getting hot at the right time. I keep hearing this thing where they say 0-0 entering into the playoffs, and that's true. The Patriots, one thing though we can say you gotta watch out for is Andy Reid, man. The guy's a genius. The guy I want to see the stats on how many times Andy Reid has made it to, even when he was coaching the Eagles, how many times he's made it to the championship game, if not the Super Bowl. But now with Patrick, when he got paired up with the perfect quarterback, and so that's the guy that you're concerned about. It's not about it's honestly not about the other guys. It's about him and Patrick. And I was seeing some stats from, let me see if I can find these stats. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can pull them up for you guys here on Twitter. It was if I can pull these stats up for you guys. Second here. It was what's his name? Ray Wingo. Ray Wingo hit us with some serious stats. Um, I want to play them for you. Let me see if I can get them. Was his stats were just godly in the divisional round. Um, but you know, the thing is that any of these guys can be, uh, any of them at any point in time can be, you know, any point in time, man, guys can be beat. And the bottom line is we don't have anything to fear. Um, just as long as the right CJ Stroud shows up, just as long as uh, D'Amico has his head on straight, and the Frank Ross and Matt Burke and Bobby Slowick and CJ and Nico and Mixon and Daniil and Will and from all Z's, everybody Mixon. Who as long as everybody keeps their head level headed and just looks at it like, hey, don't make the moment bigger than it is. Don't let the moment, or better yet to put it, don't let the moment be bigger than you. A lot of these guys have played on championship teams, whether in the NFL or in college. So guys like Will Anderson, they're familiar with winning culture and championship culture. C.J. Stroud is familiar with winning culture and championship culture. D'Amico Ryans is familiar with winning and championship culture. It ain't gonna take much but a focus, and the guys across from you, they got to put their hat on and go to work too. So, beat your man. Stay focused throughout the whole game. No penalties. Come on, offensive line. You guys kind of played better this last game, but the Chiefs and Steve Spagnuolo is going to bring that pressure. And so one thing I noticed is that C.J. Stroud was one of the best quarterbacks on third down. But Chiefs were the only team, I believe, were able to catch C.J. Stroud on third and long in such bad situations. The defense, the way Steve put up those numbers. C.J. protect the ball. Keep, lock in on what you left the field with, the energy that you left the field with, the energy that the city gave you the day of, the playoffs against the Chargers. Hey, like I say, man, we basically got it in our hands to just go back and put us back in that same position that we were in when we were in 2020, when we were up 24-0. They bet not. If the Chiefs come out like that, they over with. This defense is not going to let you come back. We got the players. Travis Kelce is not as young as he was anymore. Now, we got to watch out for DeAndre Hopkins, man. We got to watch out for D-Hop. But one stat I found out, I forgot who was doing the all-22, but somebody pointed out the fact that basically the Texans had the Chiefs receivers locked up all game. It was until the fourth quarter, I believe. And you got to chalk it up to, hey, your best guys and your family-oriented team and your family was injured, lost it for the season. Jimmie, Tank, I think even Shaq Mason, he's back in the lineup at right guard. So, even he. You know what, though? So I guess Titus has probably moved back to right tackle, but Titus was actually doing damn good work at right guard. Better than he was doing at right tackle. Blake Fisher, rookie, but he was doing actually good at the tackle position. I think they slid him into Titus's spot and slid Titus into Shaq's spot. But with the way that this team is constructed on defense, we were missing pieces. We were missing Azeez Al-Shaair. We were missing Fatukasi. Those guys are very necessary. That defensive interior, those DTs, and Azeez, he's really the heart and soul of that defense as far as those linebackers go. He keeps that. It's going to be hard to complete those passes. I remember, who remembers that divisional game, the last divisional game we played in? It was the last one we played in. Is that, if I'm not mistaken? No, the Ravens were the last divisional game we played in, last year. But prior to that, the last divisional game we played against prior is the Chiefs. Ravens. We got to get these guys, man. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not afraid of anything. What's up, bro, man? Thank you for tapping back in, bro. You solid, man. I had a little difficulty. Had to reset it. I don't know, some things, in life you can't predict them, but you got to just keep rolling and get them going. That same philosophy, excuse me, that's the same philosophy that our team needs to have, man. But who remembers in that Chiefs game, we were up, but then Kelsey started to take over the game, and we didn't have an answer for that guy. We didn't have the speed to keep up with that guy, the safeties, the linebackers. And he was just cutting drag routes and cutting across, drag route here, drag route there, touchdown, bang, 20-yard gains, 15-yard, and they just tore us apart. They tore us apart. But now, with the speed we have at these positions, with the experience that we have at these positions, I'm confident in Tua. We already know we're confident in Azeez. Christian Harris has the speed to keep up. Travis is only getting slower. This Chiefs team has not been blowing out guys this year. They absolutely have not been blowing guys out this year. And but let me tell you something. I got some interesting stats. Travis has played us 7 times. The Texans. Travis has played the Texans 7 times. Travis has 44 catches against us for 448 yards and 3 TDs. He's always performed well. You know, the Chiefs favor by 8.5. It's the same thing. If you look at those prediction pick'ems screens, same thing, you know, as last week against the Chargers. Only GFG, and I don't even know. Somebody tell me who is GFG on that pick'em screen. I think let me see if I can find that graphic. Let me see if I can find that graphic for us, because I want to know who is GFG. Because he picked us last week, and then and we got some people that are on our sides telling everybody, hey, I wouldn't just ride against the Texans like that. Emmanuel Acho, I want to find this graphic right here. Graphic for everybody. Graphic, man. But basically, the point I'm making is we still alive, Rocky. Don't forget, I keep saying, and I've been saying this for I don't know how many weeks now. The Texans are still in it, and they still could be that Rocky Balboa versus Ivan Drago story. I don't know. I ain't gonna say too much. I don't know if people seeing this or I keep posting about it, but I've been seeing some narratives of the Rocky. Or maybe we just all like-minded on how this goes. But I've been seeing that Rocky, and I call in on the station. I spit those terms out, but I'm comparing this to we could be the Rocky Balboa against Ivan Drago and Apollo Creed and whatnot. And so, you know, it's not far-fetched that we can, man, we have the tools this time. We are, okay, I'm going to put it like this. Real Texans fans know that we are in the best position that we've ever been in going into the playoffs. And I'm saying that because this defense is strong. Plus, you have a very competent quarterback who can break a game wide open at any time. You got a well-rounded wide receiver, Nico Collins, that can break a game open anytime. Now we got a running back, and actually, I would argue that the set behind him, Damian Pierce, a Adare Ogunbowale, either one of these guys, you know, we have the setup now. We have the defense, if anything. We have the defense now that can break this game wide open. The defense, oh, man, I've never seen – we've never had a defense this good, guys. We got 3 rookies. Excuse me. We got 2 rookies starting on defense that have made immediate impacts. I mean, immediate. Between the two of them, they got 9 interceptions. Between Kamari Lassiter and Kalen Bullock, they have 9 interceptions on the season. You know how incredible that is? D'Amico has a touch. Nick Caserio knows how to evaluate talent. Cal hit the reverse button. I keep giving him his props. Cal hit the reverse button after that after that after that Chiefs loss and after Bill O'Brien, those bad seasons, he hit the reverse button, man, and brought us into relevancy now. We're back to relevancy. And this is what I'm saying. I've been watching this team. That's why, like, I've heard somebody, I was in a space on Twitter today, and somebody, I forgot who it was, but somebody spoke up and said, hey, you know what? Man? These guys don't know our team like we know our team. There were guys saying, calling out Petrie, saying about some play he had in the Chargers game or one of these games recently. Petrie been injured since the Chiefs game. Somebody mentioned one of the pundits said something about Jimmie Ward. I think, man, I can't remember who it was. Someone said something about Jimmie Ward being in the game recently. They don't even watch. They just comment. And you know what, though? You can't blame them. But don't let your eyes deceive you. I truly believed, and I spoke on this, when we dropped the ball against the Ravens that day, I believe D'Amico, because everybody was saying, it was rumors and shit floating around that D'Amico was on the sideline smiling and cheering. We were down 2-30, whatever it was, 30, 32, 30, through to 35 or something like that. And the Chiefs were on the sideline. Miko was on the sideline. I say, you know why? He had already told those guys we had just played 3 games in 11 days. I'm pretty sure that he had told those guys, hey, look, we ain't going to take this game too serious. You ain't going to kill each other. We got a playoff we rolling into. We don't want any more injuries. We just lost Tank. We just lost Jimmie. You guys are tired. These guys are going to come in here and they're going to want to run it up. Let them have that. If they go up, we going to, take it easy. I believe that he didn't want his team to get killed, fatigue-wise and causing more injuries. And they just came off that emotional game where they lost, Tank, Jimmie, especially Tank for the, who knows? Tank may not. Shout out to Tank, man. He just had his first successful surgery. He's going to have a couple of more from what I'm understanding. Deontay Johnson, man, that guy was another question. We were really banking on that guy being an impact player on this team, but we found out real quickly why he was what he was, bro, man, it sounds like, it sounds like it though, bro, right? It sounds like, bro, man said, hey, it sounds like you got the inside scoop. Well, you know what? I ain't saying I got the inside scoop. I'm just a good reader of situations, because why else would D'Amico be smiling and they down like that? They weren't, they put that on tape. That's not who the Texans are, to not score and this and that. I mean, they tried to. Yes, nobody gonna say they didn't try to, but they didn't do their best work that day, and it was just, it was a pitiful, pathetic performance. We're not going to take that away, especially since we had all eyes on us on Christmas Day. But I don't think this team cares about any of that. I don't think this team cares about whose eyes is on them, what time it's Christmas, and giving them they just got a plan and they sticking to it. I'm telling you now, you're going to see the best version of the Texans today. Mark my words. Mark my words. You're going to see the best version of the Houston Texans that you haven't seen all year. And I'm going to tell you why. If what I believe is true, then this is what you're going to see. Whether we win or lose, you're going to see the best version of the offense. Because I truly believe that, and call me crazy, roll your eyes, whatever you want to do. But I truly believe that the Texans has a playoff playbook, because look at what happened with the Vikings. Look at what happened with the Vikings. I said so. I said this myself. I said early on that the Vikings were going to fizzle out. I said that the Vikings were going to fizzle out. I said that. I didn't think it was going to take this long, because they went 14-2. But towards the end of the season, the Lions smacked them, and they rolled into the playoffs and got smacked by the Rams, because they showed their best cards, and teams were able, and they didn't never change up the chess moves. They started opening up every game, this, and it was working. Sam Darnold became Sam Darnold yet again, and they fizzled out. I didn't think it was going to take 14 games, but relating that to my topic, my point is I'm hoping that these guys already knew what they were going to. They knew they were going to, especially once we made it into the playoffs. Especially once we made it into the playoffs. It was a lock that we were there. You could take your foot off the gas. You can take your foot off the gas. We don't have to put our best show on tape because you got to think, Andy Reid is there waiting on you. This today. What we got that we could possibly have, we could come out with a game plan that he ain't had time to study or figure out. He may figure like that's the true Texans, but it just like doesn't it seem weird that we had such a high ride and CJ was doing so good, and I'm not saying that they purposely do this, but I think at some point in time somebody had the discussions like, hey, if I was one of the coordinators, I'd say, hey, look, this is our regular season playbook, and this is our playoff playbook. I believe we're gonna see some new things. The only things that are, and I think signing Deontay Johnson showed to me that was part of the plan because Tank Dell has a particular skill set. Now, what I think now they're gonna try to do is let Mechie fill that role. They're gonna go ahead and let Mechie fill that role. But I don't think I think Deontay Johnson, but supposedly from what I've been hearing and what I've heard, the guy was he didn't study the playbook. And we got to get in the play. We here now. We ain't got time for people that don't want to work and want to cry pout. The guy was pouting. After the Chargers win, we in there winning and celebrating. And I heard that some of the team leaders, I think Tonsil maybe, I know I heard Joe Mixon, people had to go up to him and like, hey, bro, we winning, bro. Just chill out. You're going to get the ball more. Da-da-da-da-da. He just was throwing a fit and they cut the cancer out. They cut that. They got a team full of family, and you got somebody in there disgruntled over a win. You just got to the team. You had some catches. True enough, I think some of us saw those clips. If you on social media, people were making TikToks and clips of Deontay Johnson, how many times he was open in that Chargers game. And yes, he was open a couple of times, quite a few times. But to pout and all, bro, just roll a wave and get a dub, bro. That doesn't look good. But he's gone. Best of luck to you, young brother. You know what I'm saying? Joe was questionable. He's ready to go. Aziz was questionable. He's ready to go. The Texans were actually, again, going back to that last game with the Chiefs, Texans actually locked up all of those receivers. The problem was, towards the fourth quarter, the Chiefs started running pick plays, on the man. So they would have guys that wouldn't run routes, they would block. Like Travis Kelce wouldn't run a route. He'd block, knowing that if they were playing man, if the Texans were playing man and they had a guy, then all you had to do is Kelce was run, and this guy has a man. Okay, he's going to go cover, let's say Robert Woods. Excuse me. Let's say Stingley or one of the linebackers or whoever was going to cover, Worthy or whoever. Well, while you lined up as Kelce, you're not actually making them think you're going to run a route. You're not actually going to run a route, but they're going to maybe even throw the ball to your side. So you're not going to run a route. You're going to run, since this guy's manned up, since they probably had motion, and then your guy on the Texans defense followed, showing that you covering that guy. That's man. So they see you put motion in, and then your DB or your linebacker, whatever, follows the receiver as the receiver's in motion. Then that tells the Chiefs that you're in motion, that you're in man coverage. So then that's where Travis Kelce is able to identify. This is just an example. Able to identify who to pick, who to block, so that guy can get free. So when he does the motion, and then you say, okay, he's gonna follow Worthy. He's gonna try to cover Worthy downfield. Well, Travis is gonna run and get in the man who's covering Worthy or whoever, Hopkins or whoever, gonna cover them and block them like a pick play in basketball, and then the receiver's free now and open. Because while they thought Travis was running a route, he was never running and intending to run a route. And they did that a lot with their team, with their offensive players on the Texas defensive players, and were able to, run the score up in the fourth quarter. Man, I'm gonna be out today. I'm going to. I see it's gonna be a party at the Tejas Grill, man, in the Heights. So that's where I'm headed to. Um, I got a lot of party food here cooking for the fam and whatnot. But I'm going to I got to go get around. We finna go chill and turn it up, cheer and turn it up, man, at this bar, man. I like that energy. I'm gonna go turn it up. But you guys, what do you guys think about the score prediction? I predict that the Texans defense is just gonna show up like the Ravens did against Brady that year they won the championship. I think that was 2013 or whatever. And I think that they're going to run this. I think that defense is going to play because that's what you're going to have to do. They're going to play out of their mind. They ain't the Chiefs last time. They didn't face Fadakasi. They didn't face Mario Edwards Jr. I think he was suspended. I'm not sure if Derek Barnett was. I think no. You know what Derek Barnett was? I think he caught that penalty, roughing the passer. But they didn't face these guys. And I think that they're going to be able to get home. And you got to keep the ball away from Pat. That's going to be the key. Keep the ball away from Pat. CJ, protect the ball. Keep the running game consistent. We're going to have to get some ground game going. You can't let them shut us down like they did the last time. You're going to have to get the ground game going. The only thing that you guys got going, only thing that we have to worry about is that rust, they ain't got rust on the Chiefs. That Andy Reid, who's a mastermind coach, one of the greatest coaches in history, I'm calling him, he's a Hall of Fame coach already. I've always admired Andy Reid. I've always respected Andy Reid. And I was an Eagles fan with T.O. and Donovan McNabb and Deuce Staley and Brian Westbrook and all of those guys, man. I always have admired Coach Reid. I remember when they were first signed, the Chiefs first signed Andy Reid. And I looked at, my friend and I told her, I said, hey, man, Chiefs finna be turned around. And look what happened. Well, Amari Lassiter, Stingley, Bullock, these guys, I trust these guys more than this is the most complete defense that we've had. Somebody tell me different. We've always had JJ that can do his thing. But who was on the other side as dominant as JJ? You got Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter leading the way on these on the pressure rates allowed and sacks as a duo, the best pass rushing duo. But guys, I'm gonna tap back in after the game, man. I just want to get in here. I'm gonna give a prediction of I think the Texans do it, man. I think it's gonna and I'm not just being a homer. If we do it, if we can get up and surprise these guys early. And I'm thinking that may happen. I think Mahomes has a zero turnover in the playoffs, especially in the divisional round. He plays lights out in the divisional round. And I believe that the Texans is going to do just like they did with Goff when he came in here with those low turnover stats. And Herbert came in here with only 3 turnovers on the whole season. He turned the ball over 4 times. The Texans are going to be prepared. We're going to see how smart and genius DeMeco Ryans is, man. These guys believe. He got these guys believing. And why not us? Why not us? Bro man says if the Texans score 3 times in the first half, then we got a game to the end. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to have to put points up too, bro. We can't be going into the first half with no points on the board. And CJ's going to have to protect the ball, man. Come on. I think somebody said I forget who it was, but somebody posted, 2024 CJ botched that snap in the Chargers game. 2023 CJ picked it up. Let's hope that that's what's going forward, man. Rookie of the year. Hey, he can be the Eli Manning. He can be the Joe Flacco. I'd argue he's better than both of those guys. Hey, it's nothing. There's hope. And the game's coming on here real soon. Man, I'm excited. I know y'all are excited, man. Go Texans, guys. Let's do this. We got this. We rooting for you guys out there, man. And shout out to the fans that made it out there. We out here, we rooting for you, man. Go Texans. H-Town made. Let's see what we gonna come back here, man. Popping bottles, cheering. Hey, I'm getting online. I'm pouring up. We win, I'm pouring up. H-Town made, baby. Shout out to everybody, man, all the listeners. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitter at Blastoff_ENT. Instagram at Blastoff Entertainment. Blastoff_entertainment. You know, hey, we're going to start taking phone calls, man, coming soon. You know, all of the above, man. This is just a fan foundational channel. Hey, I'm just a fan. I got a camera. I got lights. I can sit here. I love my team. And I like to share the same kind of conversations with people, you know, that want to just chat it up and got love for the team. And if you're a hater, get on here and say what you got to say. We ain't running from no smoke, man. And we ain't running from no smoke today. H-Town, I'm giving a score prediction of Houston. It's going to take some points to beat them. But I think we're gonna hold that. I think the defense is gonna keep the Chiefs to 23 points, and I'm saying the Houston gonna win 28-23. Let's go, H-Town. We ready, baby. There go my score predictions: 28 Texans, Chiefs 23. It's gonna be fireworks, man. The city gonna be lit. Let's go put our best foot forward, man. Hey, it's win or go home. Thank you guys for tapping in to the Real Texans Talk. Hey, when you get a chance, it's only, right to join this family, join this team, man. Follow, keep up with me, man. Like and subscribe, man. You know, if you're fooling with it, leave me a comment, man. It just keeps me motivated, guys. But H-Town made, Texans all the way. Let's do it, baby. Y'all stay blessed, guys.